native spine, and close down the eyes. Beginning to breathe in and out through the nose. Making these breaths nice and exaggerated, so nice and long. Making those exhales super long. Just taking a couple of moments to calm your mind, to get grounded. For today's practice, I want to talk about putting in the reps in your life. So feel free to just keep your eyes closed and just listen. If you are serious about changing your life, you will always find a way past your obstacles. If you are kind of serious, you'll make excuses. Your excuses keep you in your comfort zone and release you from having to take responsibility. So if you can let go of your excuses and get uncomfortable, beginning to put in the reps, meaning practicing the actions, the things, the thoughts, putting yourself in the environment that will shape you into who you want to be, then you will evolve. So the theme for today's practice is to begin to get uncomfortable and put the reps in these spaces, in these poses, in the mindset that will help you evolve into who you want to be. So let's just take another moment or two sitting with that thought. Maybe something already popped into your mind. Maybe there's a story you tell yourself. Maybe there's something that you've been afraid to do. Just bring that to your heart. We're going to take a clearing breath together. So on your next inhale, take a deep inhale through the nose, filling your lungs nice and full. And then open the mouth and release the breath. And then you can slowly blink open your eyes. Let's begin. We're going to slowly warm up our body before it gets really spicy in the middle of class. So place your right hand down, sweep the left arm up and over. Get a nice side bend along that left side. And exhale, sweep the left hand down, right hand comes up. And exhale, sweep and switch. Let's just do a couple more on each side, remembering to find your rhythm, your flow. You can always follow right along with me, or if you'd like to do something different, that's okay too. And we'll come all the way back to center. Place your hands on your knees. We're going to do these kind of seated cat-cows, or like I like to think about stirring my spine like a big spoon. So hands on the knees. We're going to begin dipping your chest forward, lifting your chin, and then rounding your spine. Hold on to those knees so you can really reach back and then press it forward. So think of your spine like you're stirring the pot, trying to keep those hips nice and firmly rooted on the mat. And then switch directions. Make this feel good. I don't know about you, but I got up about 30 minutes ago. So I've been laying vertical for the last 8 hours. So let's warm it all up. Great job. Okay, meeting back in center. Let's come into our tabletop. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We'll just begin with some gentle cat-cows, working on that spinal articulation. So you can tuck your toes or not, it's up to you. On your inhale, begin to drop the belly, flicking the tailbone, lifting your gaze. And then exhale, round the spine, keeping those shoulders stacked over the wrist. Draw your shoulder blades apart. Inhale, slowly drop the belly, lift the gaze, come into your cow. And exhale, round the spine, come into cat. Once again, make this more exaggerated than you'd like. Your body won't respond how you think. So continue with your breath while I chitter chatter away. But I always feel like, oh man, this is going to look so funny. And then when I see myself, I'm like, oh, nothing's moving. So really exaggerate these movements. Your body will thank you for it. Let's do one more. And then we'll come back to that neutral tabletop. We're going to begin our core activation a little bit. So I want you to reach your right hand out in front of you. And when you feel steady, reach that left hand. So this time, last week we did our pulses. This week we're going to do a round of the spine. So engaging that core, finding that stability. I want you to tuck your elbow to your knee, round your spine. Say yes. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Yes. Inhale, extend it out. Last one, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend it out. And then just do 3 pulses, flexing the toes, pointing the thumb towards the ceiling for 3, 2, 1. Slowly return back to that tabletop. Other side. Inhale, reach your left hand up, reaching the right leg up back behind you. Feeling nice and steady. So don't let the hip open towards the side. Keep it nice and square. On your next exhale, elbow to knee around the spine. Yes. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Yes. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach nice and long. Exhale, come back to that tabletop. Good job. Let's do a big dancing lion. So big circle with the shoulders. Go one direction and then reverse. All right, great job. Coming back to our tabletop, let's begin to warm up our wrists. I want you to point your fingers out towards the edge of your mat. Coming into this tabletop. And first, we're just going to gently sway side to side, honoring your body. So when we do this, we're dropping our shoulders a little bit farther, so it's not in a line with our wrists. That's going to begin to open them up, stretch them out. And then we'll slowly point those fingertips back towards your knees. So just honor your body here. And then if you can, come forward and back. But when I do this, I have a very slight bend in my knuckles. And as I lean back, my fingertips turn white. Okay, so that's kind of where you want to look for, but I just want you to honor your body. And then slowly come all the way back. Just a couple more things here. So we're going to make fists, bringing those knuckles together. So line them up. And then place the tops of your fists down on the mat. Bending your elbows out towards the side. And then inhale, begin to try and straighten your arms. It's okay to round the spine. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Good job. Terry knows the drill here. Maybe she does these exercises. Let's do a couple more. They're kind of like push-ups. Great work. Okay, last little one. Sitting up onto your heels. I want you to reach your hands out nice and long in front of you, and then open and close your hands. Open, close, like headlights. And then see if you can go faster. A little faster. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Good job. All right, coming back to that tabletop. Pressing into that right hand, sweep your left hand across your chest. Open it up. Nice, simple twist. And on your exhale, thread your needle. Shoot that left hand over towards the right side. Drop that left shoulder down. Keep those hips elevated. So coming into a nice, gentle shoulder stretch here. Resting your head on the mat. Pressing into that right palm or sweeping your right hand back behind you, clasping your fingers on the inner part of that left thigh, taking a half bind. Whatever variation you take on this side, make sure you take it on the other side too. Connect to your breath just for a moment. And then slowly release, pressing into that right palm, lift your chest, neutral tabletop. Shift your weight into your left hand, is that right? Yes, left hand, sweep your right hand up towards the sky. Open up the chest. And exhale, thread your needle. Right hand shoots over towards the left. Keep your hips elevated. Right shoulder drops down. Right side of the face comes to the mat. If you pressed into the left palm, keep pressing, or on the other side, keep pressing into the left palm here, or sweep that arm back behind you, taking your half bind. If you're in a bind, try and peel that left shoulder open, maybe even beginning to gaze up towards the ceiling. Connect to the breath. And exhale, slowly release. We'll come back to that neutral tabletop. Slowly tuck those toes and then press your hips up and back, coming into our first downward facing dog. Take just a few moments, pedaling out the feet, warming up your hamstrings, maybe peeking under each shoulder. You do you. Remember, it's okay to not have it look like mine or look like anything in general. It can look like whatever feels good for you. Then find a little stillness in that down dog. We're going to do something a little new. I learned this from my friend Carolyn. She lives in town. She teaches booty yoga, which is kind of like amazing yoga dance anyways. So what we're going to do is kind of do this bounce. It helps me feel like I can warm up my hamstrings a little bit even more. So the slow version is you're just going to lift and lower your heels. And the fast version is you kind of do a bounce. So it looks funny. Don't look at yourself. It's okay. Just notice how it feels. So it's a little bounce, lifting the heels. Let's do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now settle into that stillness, pressing into the palms, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, relax the head. Take a clearing breath, deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, release the breath. On your next inhale, shift your gaze up in between your hands, come up high on those tippy toes, and see if you can tippy toe your feet all the way to the top of the mat. But we're actually going to bring them a little bit wider and come right into a Malasana Yogi squat. So sinking those hips down nice and low, seeing if you can press the back of your arms into your knees, lifting the chest, elongating the spine, gently sway side to side. We're going to do a tiny bit of hip mobility. This is kind of our last warm up before we begin our vinyasas. So these things are difficult for me. Let me just say that, okay? So if they're difficult for you too, it's okay. So the first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna kind of come over here so you guys can see. We're gonna begin by straightening our legs, but staying nice and low. Sweeping your arms back behind you, interlacing your hands. So first, just let your arms drop, beginning to open those shoulders a little bit more. And then as we exhale, so keep your toes pointed out like you do in Malasana, because we're gonna come down into a Malasana squat. Whew. Yeah, super tough, guys. And then see if you can come back up and release those arms back behind you. Okay, so let's just do 3 of these. Oh, so hard. Come back up. Eventually, we would just like sit down like normal, but I don't have a lot of that flexibility in my hips and my shins. That's okay. That's why we're doing this. Last one. And we'll end in our Malasana, coming all the way back down. Good job. Okay, so this one, I want you to plant your hands in front of you, and you're going to dip the same knee to the same wrist. So it's kind of like a twist. You're going to open up the other knee. Okay, so like dipping like this. So it's kind of this rotation of your hips, side to side, kind of like a frog, working different areas of our hip bones, our hip joints. Good job. Let's do one more each side. All right, coming back to center. So this one, we're gonna do a fire hydrant, but from Malasana. So you might have to come off of your mat a little bit. It's okay. It's not hot lava, I promise. We'll be okay. So what I want you to do is you're gonna drop that like right knee close down to the right wrist, and then see if you can lift the left leg, and then come back to your Malasana. Opposite. So left knee down, lift that right leg. Good job. Let's do a couple more on each side. Woo. Good job. Remember, it doesn't have to look perfect. Mine does. It looks funny, but that's okay. One more. Good job, guys. Come back to that malasana. Press the legs open, lift the chest, gently rock side to side. Way to go. Good work, everybody. All right, let's slowly come all the way up to stand. If you aren't at the top of your mat, come to the top of your mat. Let's hang nice and heavy. Forward fold. Let your neck hang, let your hands dangle down. If you'd like to grab opposite elbows, opposite forearms, gently sway side to side. And then slowly release your hands down to the mat. On your next inhale, slowly roll up, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. Coming all the way to stand. We're gonna roll one shoulder blade back, roll the other shoulder blade back, swim one arm back, swim the other arm back. Inhale, scoop up your left leg, beginning to find that balance right away. Exhale, send it backwards, stepping back nice and large to our warrior two. I'll go through this nice and slow. We're gonna do it a couple times. Arms come out nice and wide. Good job. Inhale, slowly reverse that warrior. On your exhale, cartwheel your hands down, coming into a high lunge. Plant that left hand down, reaching your right arm up towards the sky. Find a breath here. On your next exhale, we're gonna slowly drop that right forearm to the right thigh, coming back to that warrior two, extended side angle. If you feel nice and open, you can drop that right arm down towards the leg, down towards the mat. On your next inhale, slowly reverse all the way back up. Good job. Exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to the mat. Step that right foot back. Take a vinyasa flow. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Woo. On your next inhale, shift your gaze up in between your hands. Just this one, we're gonna come up on those tippy toes and tippy toe your feet all the way towards the top. And then hang your body nice and heavy, forward fold. Inhale, roll your spine, coming all the way up, standing to our Tadasana. Roll one shoulder blade back, roll the other back, swim one arm back, swim the other arm back. This time, scooping up that left foot, finding that balance. On your exhale, take a big step back, nice and slow, coming into warrior two. Arms come out nice and wide. Sink down nice and low, stacking knee over ankle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, planting that left hand, pivoting on the toes, reaching your right arm up towards the sky, high lunge. On your next exhale, coming back, either dropping that right forearm to the right thigh, so left leg comes back to warrior two, or if you feel nice and open, extend that arm out. Good job. On your next inhale, come all the way back, reverse. Great job. And your next exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down. Step that right foot back, take a vinyasa flow. I feel like I did that on both sides. Hopefully you switched. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, you guys. All right. We're gonna add on to that a little bit. So on your next inhale, shift your gaze up in between your hands, bend your knees, step, walk, hop, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root through the feet, sweep your arms out to the side, come all the way up, high mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, and then release them down beside you. Roll one shoulder blade back, roll the other back. Sweep one arm back, sweep the other arm back. Exhale, scoop up your, let me see, yes, left knee. Exhale, slowly begin to send that back. Take a big step into your warrior two. See if you can sink down a little lower this time, pressing that right knee out. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, planting that left hand and reaching the right hand up towards the sky. Yeah, I feel like I did do this side twice. Okay, we'll make sure we hit the other side up. Hold this here. Exhale, come into that extended side angle. So planting your left foot back down, either forearm to the thigh or right hand down to the mat. Inhale, come all the way up, reverse. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Yay. Exhale, bring those arms down, coming into Trikonasana. Right hand to the shin, right hand to the mat. Scoot those hips forward, reaching that left arm up towards the sky. Good job. On your next inhale, get a slight micro bend in that right knee. We're gonna draw both our hands forward and come right into a standing splits. So beginning to lift that left leg up towards the sky. You can do some pulses here if you'd like. So point and flex the toe, and then end with a flex foot and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your next exhale, slowly come back into that warrior two. Arms come all the way back up. Reverse your warrior. Good job. Lots of warrior two, strengthening our quads. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down and take a vinyasa flow. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, shift your gaze up in between your hands, bend your knees, step, walk, hop, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root through the feet, sweep your arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, and then release your hands down by your side. Roll one shoulder back, roll the other shoulder back, swim one arm back, swim the other arm back. This time, scooping up the left foot. That's right. I keep doing the same thing. Maybe scoop up the right leg, okay? Exhale, yes, take a big step back. Warrior two, finally the other side. Okay, warrior two, sink it down. Inhale, reverse. Oh yes, that feels good. Exhale, cartwheel the hand down. Right hand down, sorry, coming into that high lunge, twist, right? So right arm down, left arm twists up towards the sky. On your next exhale, we're gonna bring that left forearm to the left thigh or left hand down to the mat. Extended side angle, reaching the right arm up towards the sky. Sink down nice and low. Good job. Engage your core, inhale, come all the way up, reverse. And exhale, straighten that left leg, reach back a little bit longer. Inhale, arms come out, hinge your torso forward, coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right hand to the shin, right hand to the mat. Wherever you're at is totally okay. Warming up those legs right away. Good job. On your next inhale, get a slight micro bend in that knee, engage your core. Come all the way back up. Exhale, sink it down nice and low. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down towards the mat. Step that left foot back. Take a vinyasa flow. I'll meet you in your downward facing dog. Great job. Things should be feeling nice and warm. We've got one more of these, and then we'll move into our second vinyasa. On your next inhale, shift your gaze up in between your hands, bend your knees, step, walk, hop, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root through the feet, sweep your arms out towards the side, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, and then release your hands down by your side. This time, one shoulder rolls forward, the other shoulder rolls forward. Sweep one arm forward, the other arm forward, and then scoop up that left leg. Okay, here we go. Slowly step it back. I'm gonna have to switch sides again, coming into that warrior two. Arms come out, sink down nice and low. Inhale, reverse. See if you can reach back farther. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, plant that left hand. Reach your right hand up towards the sky, high lunge twist. Exhale, release that right hand down, either right forearm to the thigh or right hand to the mat, extended side angle. Good job, bend down nice and low. On your next inhale, come all the way back, reverse. Slowly straighten that right leg. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose, hand to shin, hand to mat. Inhale, slight micro bend in the knee, engage the core, come all the way back up. Exhale, sink it down nice and low. One more, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step that right foot back, take a vinyasa flow, nice and strong. Don't skip your vinyasas. By the end of class, we should have at least 20 push-ups. Hold it here and breathe. On your next inhale, shift your gaze up and between your hands, bend your knees, step walk, hopper jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root through the feet, sweep your arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, and then release them by your side. Inhale, sweep one arm forward, other arm forward, and then circle them forward. And inhale, scoop up that right foot. Yes. Exhale, take a giant step back, coming into your warrior two, making sure you have that heel to arch alignment. Sink down low, nice and low. On your next exhale, plant that right hand down, coming up onto those right tippy toes. High lunge. And your next exhale, go ahead and bring that left forearm to the left thigh, left hand down to the mat. Extended side angle. See if you can come down even lower. Open that right shoulder. Engage your core. Come all the way back up, reverse. Hold this here just for a moment. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, cartwheel those hands down. Trikonasana, hand to shin, hand to mat. Reach the right hand up towards the sky. Scoot your booty forward. Remember, you're a bug squished between two panes of glass. Slight micro bend in the knee, engage the core. Come all the way back up. Exhale, sink down nice and low. Exhale, reverse. Last one. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Step that left foot back. Let's take a vinyasa flow. I'll meet you in your downward facing dog. And once you find your down dog, take a nice breath. And then go ahead and drop down to your knees, coming into a brief child's pose. Bringing the toes together. Bringing the forehead to the mat, reaching the arms out nice and long in front of you. Good job. Take a breath. We're going to move into our second vinyasa. So just let your body feel nice and warm here. I'm going to walk through the first bit of this, and I'll show you the modifications. So we'll all do the modified version, okay? So everybody come on up, coming into our down dog. On your next inhale, roll yourself forward. And we're going to come into a side plank. So modified version is dropping that right knee down and reaching the left hand up towards the sky. Okay, this releases some of the pressure on your hand. If you want to come into your full side plank right away, go ahead. Okay, so from our modified, we're going to step this left leg forward and then come up into our warrior two. Okay, so we can do that. On our next exhale, we're going to come back into that extended side angle, but just for a moment. Once we're here, I want you to drop this left arm in front of the left thigh. So this is where some modifications are going to come through. So you can take a full bind, right? Reaching back behind you and grabbing hands. If not, what I want you to do is begin to stand and just hold your thigh up. All right, if you're in your bind, it looks more like this. Finding that balance. So we'll go through this modified and then full blown, okay? So holding the thigh, maybe hand to hip, begin to straighten and bend. Straighten and bend and hold. Great job. Slowly come all the way back down. So if we were in our bind, we're gonna lower it all the way down. And then step back into that extended side angle, okay? Extend that side angle. And then reverse your warrior. This time, sweeping forward, we're gonna come into Ardha Chandrasana. So reaching that left hand in line with the left toes, reaching the right arm up towards the sky. There we go. On your next exhale, slowly lower that right foot down and come all the way back into a side lunge, Skandasana. I know I'm not facing you, but you can see this. Inhale, come all the way back forward. Planting that right hand, come back into that high lunge twist. Left hand reaches up towards the sky. Inhale, come back to center. Come into your crescent. Reaching the hands up, hips are square. You're up on those right tippy toes. On your next exhale, I want you to bring your hands to heart center and we're going to straighten the left leg, coming into our warrior three. Dipping the chest. On your exhale, okay, this is where it gets a little tricky. Finding that balance, bending that right knee. I want you to come into a balancing squat, a Shiva squat. Okay, it's okay if you got to touch your toes back behind you. Okay, extending the right leg, coming all the way back. This time, extending your arms out nice and long, coming into warrior three. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And then exhale, release that leg, come into a deep forward fold. Okay, so that's one side. We'll do the other side, same, showing modifications, and then we'll move through it like a flow. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step, hop, or jump back to your plank. Let's take a vinyasa flow. Nice and strong, everybody. Moving with your breath. Exhaling, coming into that downward facing dog. On your next inhale, come all the way forward, coming into your plank, and then pivoting onto the right side, coming into a side plank. Dropping that right knee down, opening the chest. Hold this here. Or did we do the left? Sorry, do the left. This is going to be my badness today. So do it on the left side, okay? On your next exhale, we're going to step that right foot forward. So finding your balance. Step all the way forward. And then we're going to pivot and plant coming into an extended side angle. So right forearm to the right thigh, left arm up and over. Okay, so coming into that bind, dropping that right shoulder underneath, hooking your hands. If that's not happening for you, stay right here. Step that left foot forward and then begin to lift your right leg, standing up nice and tall. And then begin to straighten and bend. If you can hold it, hold it. Great job. And slowly release that foot back down to the mat, coming back into that extended side angle. Woo. Slowly reach that right hand in front of you. Oh wait, did we do reverse? Let's do reverse. Sorry, this is part of my routine. Reverse. Exhale. Reach that right hand in front of the toes, extending the leg, coming up into our Ardha Chandrasana half moon. So opening the hips up towards the side, reaching that right arm up. If you find your balance and you're good to go, challenge yourself. See if you can do a gaze shift, looking up towards the ceiling. Makes it so much harder. Okay, on our next exhale, we're gonna bend into that right knee, slowly lower the left, and then come to the back of your mat, Skandasana, low lunge. It's okay if that heel pops up. Flex your right toes. Great job, everybody. Inhale, come all the way forward. Plant that left hand. Reach your right hand up towards the sky. High lunge twist. Great job. Square the hips. Reach both arms up towards the sky. Crescent lunge. Hands to heart center. Begin to straighten this right leg. Coming into warrior three. Dipping the chest, lifting the leg, hips are square. Coming into our Shiva squat, bending the knee behind. So left knee behind the right. It's okay to use your foot as a kickstand. Extend it back out. This time, extend your arms out in front of you. Full warrior three. Hold it here. Find your breath. You've got this. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then come into a nice deep forward fold. Good job, guys. Okay, so we're gonna run through that again. If you'd like to keep it modified, or you'd like to try the full flamingo, we can do all of that. So let's get going. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hand, step, hop or jump back to your plank. Take your vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, draw your chest forward, shifting over towards the right side, side plank. So placing your right hand down, left hand comes up. Hold, lift those obliques. With control, you guys, on your exhale, see if you can lift that left knee up and gently step into your warrior two. Okay, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, left hand to the left thigh or left hand down to the mat. Extended side angle. Dropping this left arm in front of the left thigh, coming into your bind, okay? Or stepping that right foot forward so you can begin to lift the leg up. Jean, I hope you're doing this with me. Coming all the way up, lifting your chest. Okay, once you're here, begin to try and straighten and lower. Straighten and lower. Challenge yourself. Don't be afraid. Remember, put in the reps into the hard things. Here we go. Keep it up. Okay, slowly lower your left leg down. Step it back. Come back into that extended side angle, reaching your right arm up and over. Reverse your warrior. Whoo. All right, coming into our half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Reach those left hands in front of the left toes. Straighten the left leg, open the hips up towards the side, reaching your right hand up towards the sky. If this feels good, do your gaze shift. With control, slowly lower your right leg and then come into Skandasana on the backside of your mat. Great work, everybody. Slowly come back, bending into that left leg. And we're gonna come, oops, did I do this? Oh yes, okay, high lunge twist. Right hand down, left hand to the sky. This should feel really good. We've done a billion of these today. All right, inhale, both hands come up towards the sky, high crescent lunge, hips are square, shoulder blades down your back. Great job, hands come to heart center, come all the way up into your warrior three. Hold just for a moment, bending that right knee behind the left, Shiva squat. Inhale, come all the way up. Extend the arms out, warrior three. Lots of balancing. Do your best, hold this here. Strong legs, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower, forward fold. Great job, you guys. Okay, other side. We can do this. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step, hop or jump back to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale, roll your spine forward, come into your plank, shift your weight into your left hand, side plank or modified side plank. Reaching your right arm up towards the sky. Lift those hips, engage your core. On your next exhale, bend into that right knee. See if you can step it all the way forward. Planting that left foot down. Warrior two. Sink down nice and low. Good job, you guys. Coming into that extended side angle, right hand down to the mat, reaching the left hand over or forearm. Dropping that right arm in front of the right thigh. Begin to take the bind. So you can first take the bind if you want, sitting nice and low. Stepping this left foot And then beginning to straighten the left leg, okay? This will be hard. Left side is not my strong point. Come to standing. Good job. Modified or not, begin to try and straighten that leg. Good job. Good job, guys. 3, 2, 1 with control. See if you can lower it down. Stepping that left foot back. Coming back into that extended side angle, nice and low. Your hips should feel so juicy. Exhale, drop that left hand down, pivot onto the toes, high lunge twist, I should say. Okay, inhale, sweep both arms up, crescent lunge. Way to go, you're almost there. Exhale, hands to heart center. Straighten the legs. Oh wait, did we do our Ardha Chandrasana? We did it, okay. Reaching your right hand in front of your toes, lifting the left leg back behind you, opening the hips. Got to keep me honest, you guys. We don't want to miss out on this goodies. If you can take the gaze shift, take the gaze shift. Slowly exhale, lower, 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 lower. The left leg coming into that skandasana on the back of your mat. Great job. Inhale, slowly come all the way forward. Pivot those toes around. We'll come into that crescent lunge one more time. It felt pretty good. Hips are square, shoulders down the back. Exhale, hands to heart center, coming up into our warrior 3. Dipping your chest, lifting that left leg, hold. Shiva squat, bend the left knee, bring it behind the right. Inhale, extend it out. Reach your arms out in front of you. Warrior 3, hold. 3, 2, and 1. Drop your hands. Come into a nice deep forward fold. Ooh, way to go, you guys. Way to go. Let's go ahead, step your knees back. Let's come into a closed knee child's pose. Knees come together, feet come together. Sink your hips down, rest your forehead on the mat. Arms beside you or in front of you. Take a breath. That was hard. Good job, everybody. All right, perfect. We can start our cool down. Everybody, let's slowly roll all the way up. We're gonna come onto our sits bones. So the first thing we're gonna do is just come into a seated forward fold, rocking those sit bones or the fleshy bits out and away, flexing the toes, sit up nice and tall, hinge from the hip. I always have to show you because, I mean, it's comical for me, but I want you to lead with a flat back. So as far as you can go with a flat back, hold it there. Take a couple breaths and then go ahead and round it down. Relaxing your face down towards your thighs or your knees. Grabbing a hold of the bottom of your feet. Try and pull, lengthening your spine, and then fold a little deeper. Keep this nice and active. Find that breath. And then inhale, slowly come all the way up. We're gonna bring our right ankle on top of that right thigh, coming into a figure 4 forward fold. So this will also be comical for you because I have really tight hips, but that's okay. We just have to honor where we are. So flexing both feet, okay, that's gonna protect this knee. I want you to begin to lean forward, keeping a flat back as long as possible, which is like 0 seconds for me. And then see if you can reach that foot. Just breathe into wherever it's spicy. Good job, everybody. Your mind might be freaking out. Just use your breath. Know that it's okay to get uncomfortable. This is how you evolve. Slowly come all the way up and let's switch. Bringing that left ankle on top of the right thigh, figure 4, flex both feet, sit up nice and tall, begin to hinge forward, and then go ahead and see if you can reach for those toes, rounding the spine, continue that pull. Notice where you feel it. Where does it feel crunchy? Where does it feel spicy? Is it in the top of your hip? Is it in your hamstring? Is it in your groin? Is it in your quad? Just notice. Send your breath there. Inhale, come all the way back up. And extend it out. All right, we're gonna do a couple of our forward fold plows into boat. So Barbara, if you've never done plow before, or if you haven't done it in a long time, just make sure we're being really mindful of our spine. I'll walk you through it. So sitting up nice and tall, hinge from the hips, forward fold, reach, 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 reach. Take a deep exhale. Inhale, begin to lift the chest, reaching your arms out in front of you. See if you can bend your knees and come right into a boat. Lifting the chest, you can be a half boat. Exhale, lower and hold in this hollow body for 5, 4. Lift your chest, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release it all down to the mat. We'll take this first one nice and slow. So on your next inhale, I want you to bend your knees up to your chest, press your palms into your mat, palms face down. Nice long spine. We're gonna reach our legs back behind us. So just taking this as far as your body wants it to. The first time I do this, the top of my head, like the top of my cranium kind of screams at me. It's like, oh, what are you doing? So just honor that. Don't go too far. Hold and breathe. Nice long spine. Don't look around. If you have to bend your knees, bend your knees. And exhale, slowly lower your hips all the way down. As those hips come down, lift your chest, come back into your boat. Ooh, great job. Exhale, see if you can just lower your legs. Oh, so slow. Good job. As they come down, reach forward, forward fold. See if you can find a little more length here. Take a deep inhale in, deep exhale out. On your next inhale, lift your chest, come up into your boat, hold. Good job. Exhale, lower, hover and hold. 5, 4, it's okay to shake. 3, 2, and 1. Lower your chest, palms face down, lift your legs up and over, plow pose. This one should feel better. If not, that's okay. Just honor your body wherever it's at. Find your breath. Deep inhale in, deep exhale out. On your next inhale, slowly lower those hips. Come back into your boat pose. Like a big cartwheel. Hold, see if you can make a tight V. Yes. Exhale, lower those legs. Forward fold. Great job. See if you can each time find a little more depth as we open up that low back, okay? Deep inhale in, deep exhale out. Inhale, lift the chest, coming up into your boat. Tight, 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 hold it here. Great job. Exhale, lower. Hover and hold. 5, last one. 4, see if you can go a little lower. 3, 2, 1, great job. Back comes down, palms come down, legs come up, plow pose. This should feel better, hopefully. Take a deep inhale in if you can. Your ribs are and your lungs are squished. Exhale. Inhale, lower the hips down. Come up into that boat, lift your chest, hold. Exhale, lower the legs only. And deep forward fold. Great job, you guys. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. Let's bend our knees and just come down on the back, hugging your knees up into your chest. Give them a good squeeze, gently rock side to side. And then maybe bring your knees together, putting your hands just below your knees. Just draw a couple circles with your knees. Go 3 one way, and then 3 the other way. Great job. All right, just a couple more bits of work. So place your feet down, tickle those heels. We're going to come into our bridge pose, opening our front body here. So on your next inhale, I want you to root through your feet, beginning to lift your hips up towards the sky. Whew. If you need a little bit more, interlace your fingers, straighten your arms, use that as a kickstand to lift those hips up. So see if you can root through the feet, engage your quads, and then soften your glutes. So try not to use your glutes to lift you once you get up. So once you're up, use that quad strength. Hold, keep lifting. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, lower your hips down to the ground. And slowly windshield wiper your feet side to side, dropping knees to the right, knees to the left. Coming back to center, bridge one more time, or come into your wheel. So set up the same way, tickle those heels. Inhale, root through the feet, lift the hips. Make sure that your knees don't fall out to the side. I like to think like I'm squeezing a ball, or I used to say a coconut, because why not? Squeeze a coconut in between your knees. If you're coming into your wheel, flip your palms back behind your shoulders, press it to the palms, straighten your arms, lift your chest. Try hard things, guys. It's okay. Keep pushing, keep lifting. Hold. 3 more breaths. 2 and 3. Exhale, lower. Oh, windshield wiper your knees side to side. Great job, everybody. All right, let's extend our left leg out nice and long in front of us. Bend your right knee up, grab a hold of the shin or the back of the thigh, and just squeeze that right knee up towards your chest. Get a little compression here. Release the squeeze, and we're gonna first open the right knee out towards the right side. So just let it open out like a butterfly, or kind of like our flamingo pose. And then help guide that right knee across your body towards the left side, extending your right arm out to a T. Gaze over that right shoulder. Keep both of your shoulder blades nice and firmly rooted on the mat. Back to the breath. Inhale, slowly come back to center and switch. Extend your right leg out, bend your left knee, grabbing a hold of the back of the thigh or the top of the shin. Gently squeeze that left knee, left thigh up towards your chest, tucking your chin down, nice long spine. Release the squeeze and then gently open the knee out towards the left side. Just let it open. Use your arms for counterbalance. And then gently guide that left knee over towards the right side of your body, extending your right arm out to a T. Gaze over that right shoulder. Oh, left shoulder. I'm sorry. Inhale, slowly come back to center. And let's come into our happy baby. Pulling your knees up towards your chest and then extending your feet up towards the sky. Grabbing a hold of that pinky edge, press down into the soles of your feet, sinking your sacrum down to the earth. Draw your feet nice and wide. And gently rock side to side here. Spine is nice and long. Breath is nice and shallow. And then slowly bring the soles of your feet to touch and just release your legs down, coming into a supine butterfly, supine Baddha Konasana. Placing your right hand over your belly, your left hand over your heart, tucking those shoulder blades underneath your body. Take a deep inhale through your nose, filling your lungs nice and full. Open the mouth, release the breath. Giving yourself some love, some gratitude right now. Hopefully getting out of your comfort zone, pushing yourself a little bit to your limits. pushing yourself to evolve, removing excuses, removing obstacles. Whenever you're ready, you can gently extend your legs out nice and long in front of you, taking up as much space as you need as we enter our final resting pose, Savasana. Letting your feet splay out wide, shoulder blades underneath your body, palms face up towards the sky. Just gently rock your hips and your chest gently side to side, removing any residual tension, and then find that stillness. The only movement in your body should be your breath, softly rising, softly falling of your chest. Soften the space in between your eyebrows. Soften your jaw. Release your tongue from the roof of the mouth. Savasana. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Bring some movement and some life back into your body. Take a deep inhale. Maybe reach your hands overhead, reach through your fingers and your toes, get nice and long. And then exhale, roll over onto either side body this morning. Support your head with your arm or your hands. And just take a moment as you come out of our corpse pose into the fetal position, often signifying that we are slightly changed from the person who began the practice this morning. So honor that. Be proud of that. And when you're ready, gently find your way back to your comfy, easy seat. We'll bring our hands to heart center. Gently dip your chin to your chest. Thank you so much for moving with me, letting me guide you in today's practice. The light and the love in me honors and respects the light and the love in each of you. Namaste.